Shalom, all praise to the Most High, Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahushai, Ba'asham, Bukakadash, and double honors to the apostles of the GMS, and to the bishops, the elders, and all the sincere brethren that labor in the truth across the world, and to all the sincere brethren and sisters that listen to the truth. And I pray this lesson be another edifying lesson to the flocks, and wherever the Most High want to hear this message, let it be heard. And before I begin the lesson, I will introduce the true name of the Father, which is Yahweh. And the names mean he exists. And the true name of the Son is Yahushua HaMashiach, which means the Redeemer or the Deliverer. And is only coming to redeem his people, which is the nation of Israel. And in today's age, you would identify them as the so-called Negroes and so-called Latinos and so-called Native Americans, which scatter on all four corners of the world and looks like they're the nations, and also practice the custom of the other nations. And with that, that would be it for the introduction of the lesson. And the title of the lesson today is "The elect were handpicked for suffering and glory." So all the elect, they were handpicked for suffering and glory. So because if you are part of the elect, you have to understand that you were handpicked before the creation, before the story before the story even begun. You were already selected. Just like when you have like a movie director. How do you call that again? Or producer. I always get that confused. Who really the one that's in charge? If it's the director or the producer. But anyway, before the script become into action, before the script become live, right? So everybody have their role. Then the director, the producer, hire whatever actor is gonna hire, and he give them the script, and each person reading their character, and they're gonna know like when they read it, it was okay. Here's your role. Here's what's gonna happen. And then once everybody got their role, and they make the movie, then we see what each character do from the movie when the movie become live action. So that's exactly what's happening right now with us. Well, actually, we can mention everybody. Actually, all of us right now, we are acting the role that Heaven Father Yahweh has given us before everything beginning. So we're gonna find out when we read the book of First. Let me see, Ephesians 1, verse 4, and it says, "According as He hath chosen us in Him before the foundation of the world, that we should be holy and without blame before Him in love." So basically, even before the Heavenly Father Yahweh made the world, He already chosen us. Basically, just like I said a minute earlier, the script was already written. It's just like now we're living it. Basically, now we are doing the live action. Basically, so before everything already created, He already chose who's gonna be the elect and who's not gonna be elect. So if you're an Israelite, that you have already been chosen to be an Israelite before the world even created. Whatever nationality you are, or whatever character, if you're gonna be good, if you're gonna be wicked, whatsoever you're gonna do, right, whatsoever you're doing at the exact moment you're doing right now, was already chosen way before the story already begun. Yeah, and that we should be holy. So basically, the Heavenly Father Yahweh loved us and chose us in Yahushua to be holy and without blame. So we're gonna be holy without blame. And I guess, and the other thing people need to understand, the elect also could be living in the 2/3 mindset for a period of time and still be delivered. The elect can commit some crime that you see the average person, somebody that's not elect can do, and they get judged for it, and the elect don't get judged. The Most High will just forgive them or exempt them from that. So sometimes people call that plot armor. When you watch I'm a big anime fan, because a lot of time the main character will fight like an opponent who is overwhelmingly strong, and he got hit with a move that should definitely kill the main character, right? But guess what? Plot armor saved that character, right? Why? Because he's the main guy. He's not supposed to die. He's supposed to overcome any and all obstacles. So the elect are in the same predicament, having predestinated us unto the adoption of children by Yahushua HaMashiach to Himself, according to the good pleasure of His will. So basically, the Heavenly Father Yahweh decided in advance what to basically put us into adopt us to be his children by Yahushua to himself, according to the good pleasure of his will, according to his will. So we know Yahushua is the only begotten Son. However, all of us are his sons, his children. When I say all of us, I'm not talking about every nations. I'm talking about every Israelites. The Heavenly Father Yahweh only created one being. One being is exactly that, and that being is Yahushua. And Yahushua is basically is the one that created everything alongside the elect. And when I say the elect, those men that are when I say elect, so Yahushua created everything else with the elect, which is those men that you see that are prophesied basically on the highways and highways, and the member of the 144,000. So those are those are in Yahushua that's created everything in the universe. So it says, having predestined us unto the adoption of children by Yahushua to himself, according to the good pleasure of his will. So basically, the Most High decided in advance to adopt us into his own family. We are the Heavenly Father Yahweh's children, basically, by bringing us to himself through Yahushua. So this is what the Most High Yahweh wants to do because of his own pleasure, basically. So next one I'm going to read is on 1 Peter 1, verse 1 Peter 1 and 2. And I'm going to read that in the LLT. And it says, actually, let me read that. Elect according to the foreknowledge of Yahweh the Father. So basically, that means like the Most High knew the elect before everything begun. We were chosen before the story even begun through sanctification of the Spirit. So basically, his Spirit has made us holy, basically, unto obedience and sprinkling of the blood of Yahushua. Grace, Yahushua's Amashiach, grace unto you and peace be multiplied. Let me give you one second. Let me break it in a simple English so you can understand. It said, God the Father, which is basically Yahweh, knew you and chose you long ago. So the Heavenly Father Yahweh, just when you read from Ephesians, which one was it? Ephesians 1, I believe, 1, 4 to 5. So basically the Most High has chosen us because before everything has begun, long ago, and his Spirit has made you holy, and his Spirit has made us holy. As a result, you have obeyed him. So as a result, we have obeyed the Most High, and have been cleansed by the blood of Yahushua. We have been cleansed by the blood of Yahushua. So basically, when Yahushua died on the cross, may the Most High give you more and more grace and peace. So may the Heavenly Father Yahweh give us more grace and peace, more and more grace and peace. So basically, what the title says again, the elect were handpicked for suffering and glory. So basically, for those people that say they have chosen Christ, that's completely false. So we just learned from Ephesians 1 and 4 to 5 and 1 Peter 1 and 2 how the elect were chosen before everything was created. We did not choose our positions. So you can see somebody going to church their entire lives, calling God, reading the Bible. Guess what? If they're not part of the elect, they ain't going to be saved. When Yahushua's return, they're not going to be beamed up and saved. So only the Heaven Father Yahweh, Yahushua, can choose you. So that's why every day we're praying without ceasing. When you read the book of Ephesians 6 and 18, it says, in everything you do, play with supplications. And same thing on 1 Thessalonians 5, verse 11. Always pray without, basically praying non-stop, basically. It is very important when you wake up in the morning, you pray that the Most High doesn't cast you away from his presence and take the Holy Spirit away from you, man, because that is very serious. Let me see if I can read one more verse from that. First Peter 2. Let me see if I can go. Oh, it goes back to the title I was reading. It says First Peter 1 and 7. We scroll down a couple verses. It says, these trials will show you that your faith is genuine. It is being tested as fire tests and purifies gold. So when I read the title it says we were handpicked for suffering and glory. So basically, as the elect, you're gonna go through the fire. Just because you're special, you're gonna be saved. That doesn't mean you're gonna be in those days that you're living. Your life's gonna be easy peasy. You're gonna chill. No, you're gonna go through the fire. Yahweh went through the fire. He catch hell. He died for the entire nation of Israel, man. And he was sent. He was sent. He didn't have any sin when Yahweh was there, although he was paying for his iniquities that he has committed in his past life. But when he came the last time on earth, he was blameless. He has no sin. Yet he catch hell. So what do you think that's gonna happen to us, man? So we also have to go to that same fire. That's why one of the prayer that Yahweh did, he prayed to the Most High that he prayed that the Heavenly Father Yahweh does not take us out of the world, but to keep us safe from the evil one. That's John 17 and John 17. Let me get that real quick. John 17 and because they belong. I think John 17. John 17:15, when it says, I'm not asking you to take them out of the world. So Yahweh is not asking the Most High to take us out of the world, but to keep us safe from the evil one. When I say us, I'm talking about the elect, sincere brothers and sisters. And Lord willing, I'm part of that crew. And you, sincere brothers and sisters that listen as well, part of it. So basically, if you're part of the elect, you're gonna go to the fire. Because to the fire, when the gold is on the fire, right? The fire remove all the impurities, all the dross, and it became until the gold become perfect, basically. So likewise in this truth, all those trials that we're going through, man, is purifying us, man. It is removing all those dross out of us. Though your faith is far more precious than mere gold, so our faith is far more precious than gold. When you're in this truth, the number one thing that's leading you is your faith. It's our faith that's guiding us everywhere, man. So that's why it says your faith is more important than gold. So when your faith remains strong through many trials, when you face adversity after adversity, especially the days that we're living right now, man, we are facing adversities left and right. It is our faith that's guiding us, man. If you don't believe me or us that are preaching, pay attention at the world. Pay attention at your family members or your friend that doesn't have the Heavenly Father, that doesn't have the Heavenly Father Yahweh and Yahweh on this side. Pay attention to what they're doing. Watch the average Jakes, how they live their life, man. They are completely unfaithful. They have no faith. They put all their trust on this system, on Esau. And see how they live. Sometimes, even I can use myself as an example. Sometimes I'm complaining as like, man, why am I catching hell? Why am I disposition? And I go pray to the Most High to give me strength in endurance, and the Heavenly Father Yahweh give me that strength. Or sometimes when I complain, and the Most High show me exactly somebody that's in the same situation as I am, and they are in the complete opposite. What they're doing is complete opposite. Then I have to go back and acknowledge the Most High and thank Him for keeping in the truth, or give me strength to endure it. So when your faith remains strong through many trials, it will bring you praise. It will bring you much praise. So when we remain strong in the faith, right, and we overcome all those adversities, our faith is gonna bring us much praise, glory, and honor on the day when Yahweh shall reveal to the world. So basically, that's gonna bring us praise and honor on the day when Yahweh shall reveal to the world. That day is when He come back. So when we come back, when you read the book of Revelation 1:7, He said every eye is gonna see Him, even those who pierced Him. So basically, when Yahweh shall come back, the world is gonna be, everybody in the world gonna know, right? And they're gonna be mourning. the nations, all the nations are gonna be mourned because they know exactly what's gonna happen. And us elect, we're gonna mourn because we know our salvation is here. We know we will never ever catching any more hell anymore. So that's what all that suffering we endure. We endure it for Yahushua's sake. Because and Yahushua is very very close to come back, well, to deliver us basically. So let me see if I can read. Oh yeah, I was gonna say John 15 and 16. Because I wanted to say that because a lot of people keep claiming that they think that they chose Christ. And John 15 verse 16 completely debunked that. We don't choose ourselves in this truth, in this walk. It's the Heavenly Father Yahweh that choosing us. And we've seen that from Ephesians 1 and 4 to 5 and 1 Peter 1 and 2. Now, verse John 15 and 16 clearly said, "Ye have not chosen me, I have chosen you." So Yahweh made it very clear. We don't choose him. He's the one that chose us. For all those Christians that's walking around that keep thinking they chosen, or they have chosen Christ. No, it's completely false. The Yahweh is the one that chose us. And whatever time he chose you, whether it's your youth, or your middle, when you're in your middle age, or your elderly age, he's the one that chose you. Always keep that in mind. Let me see, Matthew 5 and 11, and it says, "Blessed are ye when men shall revile you and persecute you, and shall say all manner of evil against you falsely for my sake." So one other thing you're going to realize when you're part of the elect, you're going to be falsely accused. People are going to mock you. People are going to ridicule you. However, these are all part of the walk. This is all part of you getting to the fire, getting tested. Because always go back to when you read the book of Ecclesiastes 2 and 1, it says, "My son, when you come to serve Yahweh, prepare yourself for temptations." So when you come to serve the Lord Yahweh, you're gonna have to prepare yourself for everything. Your family gonna be against you, your co-worker, your plantations, everything that used to be normal at one point now become a living hell on your side. So you're gonna have to prepare yourself from that, man. And it says, "Rejoice and be exceeding glad." So however, you're gonna have to be rejoiced and be glad, for great is your reward because in heaven, because the reward that we're gonna receive in heaven is great. For all those hell that we're catching, there's a great reward for it on the other end. For so persecuted they so persecuted they the prophets which were before you. So all the prophets that were before you, they were also persecuted. And you can use the elect in general, all the elect and because the thing is, we all come back in reincarnations. So you have to keep that in mind. So if you're getting persecuted now, guess what? In an ancient and a past life, we were also in the exact same situations. Lord willing, we are those men and women. And Romans 8, I'm going to read one more, and 18, which is the final piece, 8 and 18, it's like all our suffering that we're doing. Romans 8 and 18, "For I reckon that the suffering of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us." So all that hell that we're catching right now cannot compare with the amount of glory that's gonna be revealed to us later. And perfect book that tell us that is when you read the book of Matthew 19 and 27. We can start 27 when Peter say, "Lord, we have given up everything to follow you. What is it we're gonna get in return?" And Yahweh shall be very, very clear. Look, man, whatever you sacrifice on that side, man, you give up on that side, your wealth, your wife, your kids, your jobs, your career, or your possessions, your wealth, you're gonna receive it hundredfold. So all that hell that we're catching right now, man, it's gonna worth it in the end. Because the Most High, you can't even imagine what the Heavenly Father Yahweh gonna be bless you with. So for the earnest expectation of the creature waited for the manifestation of the sons of Yahweh. So basically, all creation is eagerly waiting for the future day when the Most High reveal who His children really are. That's basically what it is. Who are the Heavenly Father Yahweh's children? Is the Israelites. you so-called Negroes, so-called Latinos, and Native Americans, and many of our brethren who scattered on all four corners of the world, and looks like they're the nations basically. We are the Most High's children, so all the world is waiting for us to be back in order, basically, man. Because the world is tired of Esau right now, who's constantly destroying the world, making everything a living hell. So the creation is waiting for, first and foremost, for Yahushua's returning. Because when Yahushua is returning, the world's finally gonna be at peace. All creation is gonna be doing what they're supposed to be doing. So we all waiting for that day, man. And the world gonna know exactly who the children of the heaven for the Yahweh really is. So that's it for the lesson, man. I put that on an edifying lesson of flux, and whatever the Most I want to use this message, let it be heard. And with that, I'd like to say, Shalom.